power. That interesting TV screen, old TV screen type of window into the, it looks like 400s. Anybody recognize this operator? Yes, this is Bill, WA8LXJ. And again, I didn't take this picture, but there's a 750TH here. There's a better shot of it. That's a Collins transmitter. Now, Bill has actually worked for a broadcaster, Voice of America. See the VOA here? This is in his shack. This transmitter he uses is most of a Collins 231D, and it ran. Now, this is from a photo that is not ideal, but you can see that 450pH, and then this is something like a 30K5 or something next door. But that's a potent-sized ball to light up there and turn the rest of the lights out in your shack. Now, John, I see John here today. John, AB9G, is it?
Right.
Yeah, John sent me some photos of his RCA BTA 250M. He sent me a real newsy letter. I wish I could relay all of it to you. But this was at WNOV, and you rescued it, John?
That's right. That had been at about 3 different stations, and when this station went to a new transmitter location and they couldn't remote this particular box, they sold it off, and I'd been negotiating with the engineer for about a year or so, so it was a matter of being in the right place at the right time.
Do you use a step ladder to look at your meters?
Yeah, in fact I do. I've got about a 3-step.
This are the rectifiers down here, 2 813s modulating, 2 813s in the RF, and this is the oscillator down here, and there's some 807s, and they're all horizontal. It's a real attractive transmitter, and this is the plate. Boy, did that picture come out nice. 250 watts. And what actually do you run out? Do you run it at 250? Because you can run more into it.
Yeah, I've gotten about 325 out, but 250 is going to be plenty.
That's right. That's great. Made in USA. Beautiful. Now, you're negotiating.
Yeah, that's my heartthrob on the left.
Okay, what is it?
That's an RCA BTA1R, and that runs 4/4-400.
And do you think someday that you'll have that in your garage?
I think there's a pretty good chance.
Now, the idea, guys, if you're interested in this, you have the space, is to get the word out. Sometimes there's broadcast engineering organizations that take care of a lot of designs. If you contact them, they'll tell you who's working on phasing out their old transmitters. And there's a Nashua, New Hampshire, there's only a 5 kW one available, 3-phase power. I'm not interested. I promise my wife. Anybody know this guy? This is Martin, K7BDY. And he's out of it. You can see that operating position. In fact, I've been thinking in my shack maybe changing things around so I can sit looking at my transmitter over the top of my receiver. I think that's an ideal setup. And you can see the layout he has here. Now again, just look at the space in here. I'm sure he can eat pizza in there. So he's very keen on Mexican food. That's an 813 and the 810 is pretty much the same as Frank AK4R. You can see the amount of space in there. And this is over on the other side. So again, these are probably the modulators that we saw the RF on the other side of the driver. And look at the iron in the bottom there. I wonder if that big one is the plate transformer or the mod transformer. On the left, yes, you can almost read it. So this is his Gates 1 kilowatt with 2 833s. There he is standing by, and I guess it's out of sequence. He's reaching for he opens it up and just fires it up. This is his location. some of his beams rotatable antennas, and one of his, this is a 160-meter vertical. He's got a lift ground system. He's got a, I think that may be 110 foot overall. There's another shot. Here's a dog house there, and he just shows us some of the construction there. He's got underground utilities. Now he's got the coax. I was fortunate enough to work Martin one Saturday on 10 meters, and we made a sked that night for 160, and we completed it from New Hampshire to Mexico, and that was fun, but he deserves most of the credit because he's got some Beverage antennas stretched out. There's a antenna for the remote. And there's another picture of his vertical. I think the next slide is the last slide, and it's WB6 TCY Tracy. Now, if I get rid of that FRT15, this is what I'd like. Oh, excuse me, that's... This is a 40 kW rig from the 40s. It's KPH. It's on 500 hertz, and he is very interested in AM. In fact, at the time he was looking for 30K4 or 30K5. But that would be nice to have a nice high bay shack like that and a row of transmitters. And we're listening to Paul or
no, this was the other half of another conversation that he folded up to it.
See if we can get a shot at Gary.
Remember the fellow that approached us yesterday about the KW1. Do you have anything you wanted to say before we get off the subject of big transmitters?
I called him Larry Bishop, and he has a couple of KW1s for sale. Did he come here today? Missouri? Well, I have his address. I'm not interested.
No, I'm not interested.
They're not cheap, but they are available.
I'm not interested myself. Should we tell the people what the going price for one is, or let them contact Mr. Bishop?
Well, the asking price may not be the same.
That's right, but he was asking roughly 10 grand for one that was in so-so condition, and about 20 for the one that was in excellent condition. And I thought Ed up in Pennsylvania, the price was high, but he said he got rid of his because someone made him an offer and he couldn't refuse. They offered him something not quite that figure. So the price of those things has gone sky high. And I remember coming to this Hamfest a few years ago when there was one out in the flea market for $400 and it sat there and nobody got rid of it. But anyway, let's get back to the AMI thing, and then AM in general. We'll discuss AMI plus any other relevant AM issues that any of you may have in mind. Well, Andy, let's start off from you. Could you tell us what's going on with AM in your part of the country, the southeastern part of the country? And there's a microphone behind you.
Hello. Thank you, Don. First of all, let me say it's a pleasure for me to be here and to see so many AMs, and hopefully brought a good contingent to the southeast. And I think probably the southeast is covered the region that I will be responsible for. And this is the Fort Call area, which is the largest call area in the United States. What we're doing is we have regular nets, and we've started swap net in the southeast. I think that's very important, not so much to promote and sell and training of the public, but to establish a regular presence on the air. I think if you establish a regular presence on the air, then the frequencies that we left alone can't be there sporadically. One of the worst things in the world is to use the frequency occasionally, and when you get ready to use it again, a bunch of sidebands that set out on it. I don't understand. A lot of AM transmitters are crystal control. That is another thing we do. I didn't say that there was pressure. Just about a great percentage of AMs are not large. Taking around the AM bands and everything.
speech, so saved me a lot of talking. But, one of the things he mentioned about why do we need to promote AM, why do we need an organization like AMI, and I think he pretty well covered that. At the same time, I think we also do need to establish our presence on the air regularly. One of the best ways to promote AM is to get a good sounding AM transmitter, get it on the air, operate it, using good operating practices with a clean signal. And again, as I mentioned, we unfortunately have Paul, a VJV here, and Paul is very thrilled with the article in QST. Now, one thing I have a question about, maybe other people do, we saw from the video reference to the AM radio network. Quite a few of the AMers around the country, something that hasn't been completely demystified. Could you tell us in more detail what is the AM radio network?
It's a gang. We came in one night on the air to try and sum up this tomorrow. Not only being an operating medium, but also kind of social content. People having a good time. I get a lot of inquiries from shortwave listeners because before I sign on, that's deliberate. It's meant not only for the hands and outside, but also shortwave listeners who are a vital part of the support. Having a place to write to. They don't have to say okay. And I've gotten probably 25 to 30 answers from that take-a-view message. And AM radio network sums up a way to describe to them what's going on. Just a bunch of people in AM on the
State of mind.
It's a state of mind. I'll use that as an example. That's all I'm saying. It's not a club. I've gotten Alexander Club.
It's not a net.
It's not a net.
You don't have check-in lists.
Right, none of that.
No, great. Well, I think one thing too, Paul, I need to mention is I can remember back on maybe 10, 15 years ago that the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, one of the few regions of the country where there was any AM activity. And I feel that we owe sort of a debt to the Northeastern and the Mid-Atlantic region of the country to keep AM going during those years when the operation was very slim. And some of the same people that are very active now are the same people that I remember being active back in those days. So Paul, do you have any other comments you might wish to relay to the group what's going on in your region, either with AMI, the AM radio network, or AM in general?
When I first pitched to QST the idea of an article in that February issue, I said that there seems to be a groundswell support for a return to integrating a vacuum tube technology, both radios that people have in their offices. And the people who headed the magazine at QST said, "You're right. Can you write us an article?" And I said, well, I did that already. That was in the November 91 issue of Vacuum Communications at QST. And it was just that, an overview of AM. First time to raise classic radio for GSM. And I said, I guess I could redo that, but what else can I add to that except the fact that this is to an amateur audience instead of the general communications house? All right, fine, do that if you got some pictures. So it points to Barry, radio, some other pictures that have got.
One more time, Doug.
The thing that seems to have changed, where there are now people in there who are from a younger generation that doesn't have the knee-jerk reaction to it wastes spectrum. It's an inefficient word. It's obsolete technology, and why would anybody even want to use it? Those people are gone. The argument as to whether sideband or AM is a mainstream communication medium has been answered. You don't have to have the argument anymore. People who are now in charge of the magazine are very much embracing older technology as a standard in radio. We've seen more.
You can walk around with me for a while if you know where to get a hold of him.
Good appearance forward that we're having fun along in.
That's true. I remember what got the whole ball rolling on the AM power issue a few years ago. I went to Hamfest in Huntsville, Alabama, and Dave Sumner, K1ZZ, who was the editor-in-chief of QST, and what's his title? Executive Vice President. And I approached him about the AM issue, and I was expecting sort of an indifferent attitude, and he was very supportive. I didn't get this negative sense from him whatsoever. He was very encouraging. And that's when we promoted the idea of the AMs across the country writing to the ARRL directors. They did so, and the news came out and supported AM on the power issue. That's very interesting. What's going on with AM in the Northeast, with AM International as well as other regions of the country. A couple of other things. I just kind of jotted down a few notes, and most of these notes I may want to use anyway. One thing, Dale, Paul, any one of you might answer this. We keep hearing discussion about AM, and it always seems to be related to classic radio nostalgia. Now, I realize that in QST, in the last several years, they've been running classic equipment ads. That shows that they respond to classic radio aspects, not only of AM, but probably in general. But I feel we shouldn't promote the idea that the only facet of AM is simply vintage radio. Can you suggest some other facets of AM that's enjoyed by amateurs today besides the classic radio and nostalgia aspect? Dale?
Two things come to mind.
You were right when I came in that fast food.
Down here, back down the ramp,
State of the art. Alteration modulated transmitters are on the AM transmitters in the broadcast field are moving to that, and also synchronous detection. But one, not to focus on that, another aspect that I think is very attractive, we appear to be having fun in the AM ranks, and that people want to have fun with their radios. And I know that in Europe they have radio sports. With radios, they're having fun, and they're interacting with their radios in a way that it's fun. It's an act. It pumps up their avocation. AM does that for me, and I think it does it for a lot of you. And just buying a big appliance, trying to get through the FCC may not be fun.
Well, I have
Some people
pushed it.
in their life after the FCC.
First time at this conference, I met Ray, WA2X at XC here. He's on his way to the FCC.
Probably.
And he said, you know, Paul, I gave up on it. I was so bored, and days would go by before I would try it again. And so I got out of it. I'm not going for it anymore. So I tried 40 meter CW for a while, and we had a couple of people on there who said he talked about their rheumatism, and he said, it's not really for me either. And then he found, in this case, 75 meters AM in the Northeast, where people were having very spirited discussions. And Bill, W3TUQ, was very much into extraterrestrials and parapsychology, things that don't necessarily have to do with ham radio. And he was just really into the conversation. It was a really good, satisfying dialogue he was having with someone. It didn't have to do with computers. It didn't have to do with the latest ham radio that you turn a button on and there's inside it. It was a satisfying.
How many times did you have to send